Welcome to Don't Mind Me, I'm Different, the podcast where I kick down the barriers and myths surrounding ADHD in the workplace. Whether it's navigating the office chaos, trying to break this stigma, or learning what is this thing called ADHD, I'm here step by step to advocate, educate, and empower you in any way that I can. Get ready to own your difference and shine on the job. Here comes Santa Stress, here comes Santa Stress, right down Santa Stress lane. Oh, I hope I don't get put on the naughty list for that one. Just kidding. All jokes aside, welcome to episode 4 of Don't Mind Me, I'm Different. In this episode, we're going to be talking about ADHD and holiday stress, depression, and work pressure, the pressure of gift giving, and finally, finding the joy in giving. And stay tuned to the end for a special challenge that I cooked up for you. Looking forward to it. Okay, guys, the mood is set. The feeling is right. We're going to talk about ADHD and holiday stress. So that's like the pressure of holiday prep, giving gifts, events, special obligations, all the holiday decorations and music. And of course, we can't forget the crowds. Those lovely last minute shopping crowds and work. And the last minute projects that are piled on at the end because they're trying to crunch and fit it into the holiday schedule. This can add another level of being overwhelmed and pressure and stress. That we definitely need. It's the side of Christmas that doesn't really get talked about a lot. And it affects people, and it needs to be talked about. For me personally, like this has been probably one of the more stressful Christmases that I can remember. Simply because of the fact that this has been my launch week for this past week, and of course, my ADHD brain thought it was a good idea to to start that right in the middle of two major holidays, without any forethought of like all the prep, all the little things that went into it, and it's been a roller coaster ride, and looking back on it, I wish that I had a little more foresight, but we can only say that at the end, so I know it's a little late, and for some of these tips and tricks that we're gonna talk about on how to manage the holidays in the future, but there is always next year, and there's always that opportunity to grow and get better, and there's still a chance, if you're listening to this, that you can implement some of these techniques in the coming days. So here we go into the foray.
Like a lot of the gift packaging, a lot of the trying to package stuff, put things together, and get things done in a orderly time fashion. I think time is the hardest thing. That's like the biggest stress. There's like a timer clicking since the 1st of December all the way until the 24th, and you gotta get all your things in order for it to happen. I think the month as a whole has been just a little bit of stress. It just kind of looms over you, and as you get closer to the 24th, it starts gearing in.
Probably actually yesterday. I was a little frustrated. I got a bunch of piercings that I wasn't really hitting my goal.
Yeah.
So trying to maintain the attention of other customers, but still trying to do these piercings at the same time does get a little overwhelming, especially when you have targets to make. So I really do have to try to pace myself doing things.
Yeah.
I gotta be a little faster in this area, be a little slower in this area, take my time in certain areas like that.
Rocking around Christmas tree ever. Whoa. Oh, sorry. I was really getting into that. Where were we? Oh yeah. Depression and work pressure during the holidays. Yeah. This is something that doesn't get talked about enough. And for me personally, the holidays can amplify those feelings of loneliness and sadness, especially since I feel like, when I don't have, like, if I don't have a partner or I don't have a friend, that's checking up on me or wants to hang out, I definitely, it puts me into a spiral of sadness and depression. Also, not being able to give the gifts that I would like to give to the amount of people that I want to give to. It's like I don't focus on what I did give. Like last year, I was able to paint something for my mom and my aunt, and I all I could focus on was like I wasn't giving to the rest of the family. I could only afford so much, and honestly, those things that I do give, like to the people that I give it to, yeah, I wish I could give more, but there's just only so much I can give. Um, so these are the things that can contribute to to depression, and it needs to be talked about more. Like I said, like on my last episode, my guest was, we talked about that and opened up about those deep, dark feelings, and that we shouldn't be having them during the holidays, but yet we're feeling them, and they need to be talked about in the right place with the right people, because the less that we talk about them, the more power that they continue to have, and the harder it becomes to get out of that depression. And there's also some symptoms that can lead to that, which is rejection sensitivity dysphoria, RSD, and that one in particular, like, because you don't want to get rejected, or I don't want to get rejected for the gift that I've given, or I just think that they'll, that they're just saying they like it, but they really hate it. Can add a lot of mental stress and guilt and shame around a holiday that's really, what I've found is more about being together. It's about being with the people that you love, and getting that deeper connection. This is really what I feel is has been missing in my life, and I've had to, like, cause my mom, she lives in New Mexico, and she's doing great things out there. But I wasn't, for the past 3 Christmases, like, and this one coming up, I haven't been able to really see her. I had to go down to Florida a couple years ago in order to see her, and that was an amazing experience on its own. I definitely was thinking more about gifts at that time, and it was kind of cool because I like drove a BMW down there, because that's like, I rented a BMW, and that's one of my dream cars. But yeah, I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I probably could have if I went down there for, the right reasons. I did bring a lot of gifts, but at the end of the day, I kept coming back to that feeling of like inadequacy, because I did all the people that I didn't give gifts to, so, these things are real, and they need to be talked about.
Giving gifts?
Yeah.
Yes, because I feel like I know what people like, but then I'm an overthinker, so I always be afraid that they don't like what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Like today, I just bought some shoes for my dad, and I bought some shoes for my girlfriend. And I'm pretty sure I got the styles right, the way they shop, but I'm still nervous.
Yeah,
And I feel like they would have picked it out for themselves, I know that. I'm just nervous because I'm the one that picked it.
Yeah, are they gonna like it?
Right.
Is it gonna be, you want it to be perfect, right?
Exactly.
It's like the expectation that's everyone in your life that loves you wants something. And you clear out the couple people that are on the top of your mind, but there's always like those stragglers that, friends, family that might expect something and are hoping to get something, and you don't see them as much but still want, to get something. And so it's just the anxiety of being mindful and appeasing everyone that loves you around the holidays to make sure you hit everyone that cares about you and remind them that you love them with a gift.
And there's strategies for overcoming these holiday blues. So there's mental health breaks. So you take a mental health break from, whatever you're doing. And, if it's something on the job that's stressing you out, just tell them that, either you need a break right now in order for them to get the best out of you, because right now they're not going to get that. Or you can just simply ask them, like, I need to go to the bathroom, and go and do what you need to do to get back to the right place. Like do some breathing, or, listen to some music, or go outside and get a breath of fresh air, whatever that is, like, so that you can disconnect from whatever's giving you that pressure or making you feel like you're inadequate. You can create a routine of self-care. So for me, what that looks like is I typically wake up at a certain time. Well, before I even go to bed, especially during a work week, like I don't watch any TV. I go to bed as soon as possible. And I turn on my Headspace app to listen to some music. I like the one where they do the cats like meowing, and there's like water and wind chimes. I really like wind chimes. And that really helps me to get into a deeper sleep. So when I wake up, I do everything, like make my bed, and then I take like a 10-minute walk, and that really has helped to like kind of start my day on the right foot. Yeah, I do that every day, pretty much no matter what. You can also try talking to a trusted coworker. Like I said before, some people come to me on my job and just vent the stress. That stress can't stay. If it stays in you, it is very unhealthy, and it continues to grow. But, for me, if somebody needs to vent, that's good. Like, that's all that I can do to help you, great. Because like, I'd rather that come out and me just be there and listen to it and objectively, and then it stay inside of you. Like, I'm glad that you've thought, I'm actually flattered that anyone comes to me and wants to divulge that. That is a very intimate thing. So if you can find somebody like that on your job, that you can vent in a safe way, and it's gonna stay there. Like, that's the thing, is like people that come to me know that I'm gonna listen, and that I'm gonna stay there. And that it's going to stay with me. And that goes into like reaching out for support and connection, like whether that's a therapist or whether that's a good friend, outside of work and talk about the things. Talk about the stress that the holidays are giving you, and what a coworker might have said to you, or how you feel about going to something, and bounce that off of them so that you can understand, like, hey, maybe like, you at least get a different perspective, and make sure that that person is someone that you can trust, that will give you an honest, caring answer. And the last one is, and I was talking to my therapist about this, is like, a lot of, it is seasonal depression. So the more vitamin D and magnesium that you get, because we lack sunlight from not going out, that can really help. And exercise. For me, I try to get as much exercise as I can throughout the week, and it doesn't have to be that long. For me, I particularly prefer cardio workouts, and it's either like 10 to 15 minutes, once, like three. I try to do it like at least 2 to 3 times out of the week, if not more. And bam, I got my exercise in, and it works upon that idea that there's no way that you can be depressed with all these endorphins running through your body after you've had a good workout. My particular way to do that is to watch YouTube HIIT cycle videos, which is high intensity interval training. And one good one is the GCN. So yeah, try these things out. I hope they help you.
I try to, the best method to ever handle, I think, big feelings is to be preemptive. Preventative measures are always the best way to handle anything, truthfully. You want to be on top of it ahead of time, and you want to have a game plan.
I can't say if it's healthy or not, but I work. Obviously. I'll work, or I'll, just tap into my hobbies a little bit more, or try to actually be social and connect with people, because sometimes I think I don't want human interaction, and really that's all I need at the end of the day.
So yeah, we're going to talk about procrastination, decision paralysis, and Secret Santa. And I'm going to give you a quote that I read recently from this book called The Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. And he talks about, when you're procrastinating, you're not avoiding effort. You're avoiding the unpleasant feeling that activity stirs up. Sooner or later, though, you realize that you're also avoiding getting where you want to go. And I thought that was a great explanation or definition of what procrastination really is. Like, it's not that we don't want to do the thing. It's just we don't like the activity that's involved in order to get that done. And, whether that's going out, of our way, like a lot of us, like me personally, I'm an introvert. I don't like to be around large crowds, or at least I believe that I don't like to be around large crowds. Because, like, people are jumping in front of you. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of, overstimulation when it comes to that. Plus the fact that if I'm waiting till the last minute to get a gift, then there might be a chance that gift no longer is there. So, whatever that reason may be, I put myself in a better position by going out earlier, saying, like, this is what I'm doing for me, for myself. Like, I may not be able to afford it right now, but, I can put that on a credit card and pay that off later. Or I can get, these gifts right now, and then work on getting these gifts later. So at least, it's getting closer to the deadline, but you got less to do. So this comes from a way that I've learned over the course of my life. Especially when it comes to like going to school and learning anything, that I, dedicate like a certain amount of time per week, like a couple hours per day, per week, to get a lot, like it just breaks those things down. So it doesn't become like an overwhelming crunch at the end that I've got to get all this stuff done, before, before it's due. So with, and when you budget things out and you plan things out, that helps alleviate the impulsive spending. And, yeah, and especially when it comes to like Secret Santa, you don't know what to get. I personally don't really like Secret Santa, but I can see the value in it because it's helping you connect to somebody that you don't know. And anytime you connect to anybody, that that isn't in your network, especially on that level, even if you were told to do it, there's a value there. Like you get to understand like that person is a person too. You may not know or see that, a lot. Like for most of my life, I've had a difficult time seeing other people as people, that have children, that have needs, that deserve to be treated with respect. And that it's like reframing these events, into an opportunity like this is going to help me. This is going to help me get better. Like I see talking to other people is like, well, I don't know what I'm going to learn. Like, I don't know what they know that I don't know, or what is their story. I feel like somewhere along the way, we've lost that like curiosity. And, my mom always tells me, well, like, it's my fault because I told you guys not to talk to strangers. And that was healthy, good advice. But like, it is like one of those things that is that is necessary for me to grow, because we're social beings. And if I'm not like interacting with other people,
Social obligations.
yeah. So how does that really affect you?
I don't really like being social too much. That's
Yeah, I feel you.
so. And then on top of that, working in retail, you have to be social. So
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why I do it. So it forces me to be social. And then just knowing that I do have to go and see family kind of gets overwhelming because like planning, like.
Yeah, I can
kind
imagine.
of like planning just to get out there and then getting out there and then you don't even know family that you haven't seen in a long time. You don't want to deal with certain things.
So take the holidays as a time to, to get involved with other people, to get better with certain things like procrastination and impulsive spending, with these tips and strategies. You can, like I said, setting a clear budget, simplifying your gift list, like giving gift cards, or small personalized items that you particularly made. This takes a lot of the thought process out of it. And, most of the time, like gift cards are good because like I get to get what I want. And I don't, and it takes that added pressure about like having to figure out what I want them to get me, because it's always like, that's the thing, the big question. What do you want for Christmas? Like, just, maybe a gift card to, like Books A Million, or, to a restaurant, or just like a Visa gift card to whatever, like those things go a long way in for both people, especially for yourself, because I've got to think of me first in order to be the best version that I am around other people. Because if I don't take care of me, the rest, like, there's no way, like, everyone else suffers, especially me, and I don't know why. So you could give even non-material gifts, like such as experiences or your time. Like you can set up for a party, or give time to a charity. There's different things that you can do. Even handing out gifts, or cooking, or choosing to serve food. There's a lot of different things that you can do to even not be as social in those events, but still contribute and feel like, okay, well, I can't give, money right now, but I can give you my time, which I honestly think is much more valuable. And the other thing that you can do, and is to, instead of, like I did with my mom this year, is instead of getting her a gift because she didn't know what she wanted, that I would actually give the money that I would have given to her to a charity. And she really liked that idea. Plus they get more out of it than I do, than any of us could get. That gift, any gift that I get, isn't going to add the value that those other gifts are going to give to those people that are in dire need.
I think like the best thing I've done is I do generalized gifts. I don't try to treat anyone too special, in a sense that I get just like a nice gift that I can get multiples of.
Okay.
And everyone gets a basic gift there, and my special friends and family, the ones that I really am trying for, they'll get something else on top of that. Yeah. But I try to have something that's passable to multiples. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I can see how that would relieve a lot of the stress of, did I get the right gift?
I'll be like a card, or maybe like, I don't know, like a couple years ago I did like Matchbox cars.
Okay.
In like the little packaging,
That's cool.
And I wrote notes on the back of them in marker.
Oh, okay. That's personalized.
And I picked a car for everyone that I thought they would like, or like one that they have shared with me. Like my uncle, I got him. He's like a big fan of the Skyline.
Okay.
The Nissan Skyline. So I got him one of those.
So
my mom, I got her minivan because she drives a minivan.
That's cool. They just like the fact that you got them a gift.
That you got them something, exactly. So
and a lot of times we just overthink that.
Exactly. That's why I try to just keep I just remember that it's the thought that counts at the end of the day.
Yeah. 100%.
I thought about them. They thought about me. I really don't care what it is that they give me. If they thought about me, I'm cool. So I just hope that other people think the way I do. So hey, yeah, this is our final piece, and it's called finding the joy in giving. And with all the loud music and the flashing lights and the crowds from the holiday parties, and I'm jingle jangling over here. So how to refrain giving as something fulfilling and not so stressful. So the one thing, I've got a lot of these tips, from listening to the Happiness Lab. I love Dr. Lori Santos, and she does an incredible job. I look up to her and admire her. And that particular episode is called "Why Giving is a Great Daily Habit." And in that particular episode, she breaks down how she was able, like the intrinsic
value of giving, and how that benefits both ways, like how we both win when we give. And more so for the person that receives that gift, or that help that they need. And she talked a lot about in that episode about saving a particular small town in Africa, and it was called Kabobo, and they gave like $1,100, and that literally transformed the entire community. And you think that's incredible. She did it through Give Directly, and that's one of those things, like, I struggle with, because like I don't know where the money's going. I don't know how it's helping, and I feel like that's why a lot of people don't give more, because they just need to know what's happening. Like if I can't see what's going on, or where that, or know that money's going to the right place or being handled right, then it makes it harder for me to give. And she breaks it down a lot more. But what I'm going to do is give you more tips on like how you can come up with creative ways to give, such as homemade gifts and acts of service. Like these little things go a long way, and they don't take a lot. A lot of the things like that, that give me joy is being able to be there, and being able to just show up and say, how can I be of, how can I help? What do I need to do? Can I clean up afterwards, or can I help serve food, or do you need me to make something? Little things like that, really go a long way, and they really don't take a lot. And so, there's also one that we typically overlook, and that's the importance of giving to ourselves, like self-compassion, and taking breaks, like having an escape plan in these situations. Like, okay, I'm gonna either, if it gets too overwhelming, I can leave, or if it gets too, I need a break, I can go outside in my car, or I can go to the bathroom, or just be by myself for a minute so I can calm down. That really helps with me. It's like I know where my limit is, and usually it's when I need to eat, and getting something to refuel, and taking a break, and just sitting in silence. That helps me a lot. You can focus on more meaningful conversations instead of trying to be everywhere at once. Just ask people, what they're struggling with, or, what they're passionate about, and what they're doing right now. That's pretty cool. People, or like if they have a, like, I love this, it's low hanging fruit, and I just give them compliments, and ask them, where did you get that, or did you make that? Like that. People love to talk about, their stories behind the compliment. So, and that can often open up doorways to a deeper conversation. You can also, like I said, volunteer party roles like decorating, serving food, and the last one is you can let somebody help you. So let somebody in and say, well, I need help for this, because that goes both ways. Like a lot of the reasons why I didn't ask for help was because I thought I was a burden. And honestly, when I think about it, if anybody asked me for help and I could do it, I'm glad, I'm ready to jump at that opportunity. And most people are willing to help. People want to help, and if they can, and just don't be afraid to ask for help for you, so that you're not, you can take away some of this burden and this stress that the holidays give, and actually enjoy it for what it is, which is being around family and people. So in conclusion, my challenge for you is to find creative ways to give, even if it's a compliment or a random act of kindness or letting somebody know that you need help. For those that participate in that and find benefit in that, let me know. Send me a quick 60-second audio clip to Ron Sowers at dadhdwss.com. That's RONSOUERS at dadhdwss.com, and that will be below in the show notes as well. Wait a minute. This just in. Oh yeah, Santa just approved this, and we're giving away a holiday to-do list complete with a budget tab. Yeah, I know I'm giving away way too much. And you can find that at advocate.xyz/to-do. Again, that's ADDBOCATE.xyz/TODO. And remember to subscribe, share, like, and download. Have a happy holidays.
Favorite part? Even though it's my least favorite part as well. The people.
The people? You do like people.
I do, but I don't. It's weird. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like I do want to be alone, but really at the end of the day, it's human interaction that I really want.
So as of late, it doesn't hurt me in the holiday season. I just take what I feel. I regress into myself. I feel what I feel. I let myself feel it, and then I come back out. I try not to isolate and remind myself of all the skills and stuff that I've been building over the years, that it's not over, it's not sad, it's not anything besides me just feeling things. I like the snow. I'm not crazy about the wind when it's cold, but I do like just how it is. I like the feel of a snowfall at 3 in the morning. I think that's what feels the most Christmas to me than anything else. And so I try to take in the actual real things that happen, the love you feel, the environment that you're around, and how everything is happening, and just try to actually take pictures with your brain of what you're experiencing rather than holding things that you got around that time period. I like to just appreciate the time itself.
Okay, yeah, like savoring the moment.